Welcome back everyone to another episode of Aquahobby. Today we dive into the mesmerizing world of aquascaping as we explore my 10-gallon nano planted tank nestled in the favorite corner of my drawing room. A planted tank isn't just a tank, it's a living masterpiece that brings nature's beauty into our homes. As we immerse ourselves in the hustle and bustle of daily life, having this slice of nature becomes a sanctuary, which is nothing but a serene escape from the chaos of the concrete jungle where we live in. In a world where everyone seems to be caught up in the relentless rat race, it's essential to reconnect with the natural world around us. Aquascaping isn't just a hobby, it's an art form that bridges the gap between us and the nature. Now let's address the elephant in the room: cost. Creating a planted tank involves some initial investment, but the rewards are priceless. Here is a breakdown of the expenses which you might want to consider before jumping into this beautiful hobby. Fish tank. I'll highly recommend a rimless all-glass fish tank. You can start with a 10-gallon tank just like mine. This tank costed me $55. A rimless tank will definitely cost you a bit more, but I will highly advocate due to its beauty and finishing. Light system. In this 10-gallon planted tank, I am simply using a Nitro LED. On Amazon or in different pet store, you will find different type of LED lights suitable for planted tanks. If you're a beginner, then I'll highly advocate Nitro or any type of medium to low budget LED light. Just pick up a decent LED light which is suitable for your 10-gallon planted tank. My Nitro LED light costed me $35 and it's a decent one and I'm pretty happy with its output. The third item is hardscape. When I talk about hardscape, I'm simply referring to driftwood, rocks or different type of woods which we normally use in our planted aquarium. Depending upon the sources from where you will collect it, it might cost you $40 to $60. As the tank size is only 10 gallon, so you may not need to invest much on hardscape. The next item is substrate. For this planted tank, I simply use pool filter sand, which you can find in Home Depot or Lowe's. It will cost you $5 per bag and it will suffice your substrate need. I will not recommend any type of costly substrate as of yet because the type of plants that I use in this cape is mostly epiphyte, which will thrive irrespective of the substrate you are planning to use. The next item is tank stand. I simply use an IKEA table which only costed me $15. This tea table I had been using for more than a year and it can hold tank up to 10 gallon. So this is a pocket friendly option if you are on tight budget. The next item we will discuss is fertilizer. I normally use fertilizer from greenleaf.com. Their estimative index package will serve you lifetime. I have purchased my fertilizer back in 2016 and till date I'm using the fertilizer from the same purchase. I spent $45 on my fertilizer purchase. The next item is plants. So as it is a planted tank, so you have to invest heavily on the plants. I normally prefer epiphyte plants. The word epiphyte refers to type of plants which doesn't actually need substrate, you can pretty much wedge or attach the plants to a rock or a driftwood and it can thrive there. Plants like anubias, different type of aquatic fern like java fern, trident fern, various bouquet-flunder species of plants fall into this category. If you take a look at this particular planted tank, it mostly has various type of bouquet-flunder, anubias and trident fern. If you simply use the same plants, then it might cost you $75 as your initial investment. Later the plants will grow and fill up your tank. The next item is filter. For this planted tank, I am simply using a hang-on back filter by Aquarium. This filter costed me $25 and it is sufficient for my Nano planted tank. If you use similar sized tank, then I believe this filter will suffice your need as well. The last item I have is CO2 system. Many will advocate that you don't need CO2 in your planted tank, but my theory is quite the opposite. I believe injection of CO2 will not only ensure healthy plants growth, but you have to invest less when it comes to plants in your first planted tank as well. Now my CO2 system is definitely the pressurized CO2 system. If you don't want to invest that much, then you can pretty much opt for DIY CO2 system. I'll highly recommend the CO2 system using citric acid and baking soda. So if you search on YouTube, you will find plenty of tutorials on making DIY CO2 system from citric acid and baking soda. You can pretty much use it. It will cost you $30. And the refill of citric acid and baking soda will cost you near about $5, which I believe is quite reasonable. And if you are like me and if you want to invest big, then this particular pressurized CO2 system costed me $250. It has a CO2 cylinder, a dual gauge regulator, PU CO2 pipeline, a bubble counter and a diffuser. If you are planning to stay long term in this hobby, then I'll definitely advocate to purchase a pressurized CO2 system for your planted tank. So if you round up the cost, it will be around $325 to $350 if you opt for a do-it-yourself CO2 system using citric acid and baking soda, and if you opt for a pressurized CO2 system, then the overall cost may add up to $500. Some may question the cost and effort invested in such a hobby, but to me the answer is simple. It's worth every penny. The joy and fulfillment that come from creating and maintaining a planted tank are unparalleled. It's a journey of discovery, learning, and appreciation for intricate beauty of aquatic ecosystem. So next time you find yourself overwhelmed by the chaos of modern life, consider bringing a piece of nature into your home. Whether it's a big planted tank or a small nano setup like mine, the benefits of aquascaping are undeniable. Let's continue to explore, create, and connect with the beauty that surrounds us. I hope you like this video. If yes, then don't forget to share it with your friends and family. I'll see you in next video. Till then, take care and goodbye.